What's going on, everyone? Moose here, Airguns, Michigan, and man, we're going to talk targets tonight. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time to roll in on this one, and then we're going to start talking about some of my favorite personal targets that I really enjoy shooting, and hopefully you will too. So let's see if we can get some people in the meantime. Do a little music in the background. But hopefully everybody had a good weekend. I did. Went out and shot 100-yard egg shoot. Now, if you guys have never done an egg shoot, let me tell you, it is an absolute flipping riot. Basically, what you do is you show up at a 100-yard bench rest. They set up 8 eggs to start because you shoot 15 total, but they set up 8 eggs at 100 yards, and then they give you a sighter target. And you can shoot. George Kinsley says changed his plans. Whole targets in the house. Definitely appreciate you joining in. We're going to be talking whole targets tonight too. But and actually, George was with me. George shot 100-yard egg. So basically, they start out 8 eggs. You get a sighter target. They give everybody plenty of an opportunity to shoot downrange, get your gun shooting where it's shooting. Didn't take me long. Got my gun shooting right where I wanted it. And then it all begins. You can shoot 15 pellets at 15 eggs. So you can't take multiple shots at eggs. Otherwise, everybody would have gotten all of them. Starts out, you get 5 sighter shots again, now that it's all started. Then you call your lane and you say, hey, I'm ready to shoot my eggs. They call your number, tell you go ahead. The first one, I shot 7 of 8 eggs at 100 yards. The very first shot that I took, I don't remember if it was the first shot. Yeah, it was. I actually shot 5 eggs. My 6th one, I watched my pellet go right over the top of the egg. Shot 7 and 8. So I got 7 of 8 on the first round. Once everybody's done shooting, everybody goes safe. They set up 7 more eggs. You get the same 5 shots to sight in, and then you shoot 7. I got 12 of 15 eggs the first time that I did it. Now, mind you, this is in windy conditions. This is, just like everything else. But boy, was that a riot to shoot. I mean, seeing those pellets hit those eggs, I mean, it's just glop everywhere, man. It is awesome. If you guys have never done an egg shoot, I highly recommend that you go out and give that a shot. Even if you just do it on your own, shoot an egg. It is flipping awesome. Awesome for sure. So like I was saying, hopefully everybody had a good weekend and was able to get out and do a bunch of shooting. George got 9 of 15, but in all fairness, George was shooting one of my guns, first time he ever shot it. And, still that's pretty impressive at 100 yards. 100 yards is no joke. It is the great equalizer. A lot of us, we shoot, 25, 50 yards, 75. But you guys know how it is, man. 100 yards is like you're reaching out. You're really pushing it out there at 100 yards. But like I said, hopefully everybody had a great weekend and was able to go out and do some shooting. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, I did pick up a new pew-pew today. I picked up a bug assault. And let me tell you, shooting flies is every bit as fun as shooting targets. If you guys have never owned a bug assault, I would highly recommend that you go out and do this. I'm one of those guys that, like, I don't know, like, I'll see something, I'll be like, one day I'm going to have one of those. One day I'm going to have one of those. One day I'm going to have one of those. And it's been years. And, I've asked my wife for them for Christmas. I've asked for my birthday. She just never got me one. And today I was at the hardware store and they sell them at my local Ace Hardware. And I was like, you know what? Today I'm going home with a bug assault. So I did, and it's awesome. I shot some ants. I shot flies. I shot a hornet and killed it. Um, I shot all kinds of cool stuff today. But let's talk targets, guys. Everybody, a lot of people, we buy, targets from, our local beer deer gunner. What's going on, man? We buy targets from our local Walmart or wherever, and plain paper targets, and and sometimes those things can be very difficult to see when you're shooting at any kind of distance. A lot of them are black background, and you send a pellet through it or a BB or whatever you're shooting, and it just makes it really difficult to get a good eye on what you're actually impacting. So I figured I'd share with you guys a little bit of the kind of targets that I shoot. One target that I really love and I shoot all the time is splatterburst. This is probably my number one go-to target, especially with sighting in air guns, things like that, because all of these targets are reactive, and I know you guys know what those are. You hit it and it turns a different color. And airgun activities, man, I'm glad you made it to today. I noticed that you you miss it. But splatterburst, and in all fairness, splatterburst sends me these targets. I don't pay for these splatterbursts. This is part of what they do for me. So I have great big ones that are like 15 by 18 inches that I could put out at 100 yards, and makes it very easy. Like I said, you hit it, you hit it. Oh, you can see it's kind of turned yellow, but it gives you a nice clean impact point, especially for sighting in guns at 50 and 100 yards. Paper targets are very difficult to see without like a spotting scope or something like that. You can clearly see where your impacts hit, even at 100, 150 yards. Yeah, Rob, I hear you on the air assault, bro. You just got to go out and get it yourself, because if your wife's like my wife, she's not going to go buy you one. So go to your local Ace Hardware and pick one up. I have all kinds of different splatter bursts, even these little ones, which these are 1-inch adhesive targets. So a lot of times what I'll do with these is I'll take a piece of cardboard and I'll just splatter these things all over the place, right? And I'll set them up on the cardboard, and and then just take my shots. Usually when I'm shooting these, I'm at 25 or 50 yards. These are great for like 177s with like my HFT gun. This is what I shoot at because I want to get that small shot. Another target that I use a lot at 50 yards and even at 100 are these. These are IBS rimfire 50-yard targets. Now, those are small targets, but I also use these at 100 yards because aim small, miss small, right? Like, I want to try to make it into these targets as to where a normal 100-yard target is, I think they're 5 or 6 inches. Don't quote me on that. I don't really remember. Rob, Smore, take it away from me. Buy 2, then she can have 1. Because I'm going to tell you what, dude, ain't nothing like whacking a fly. But you got your sighters up here, and then you've got 25 shots. And in bench rest, you're going to shoot 25 targets. So these are really nice to have. They're made out of really thick paper. They make perfect little holes when the pellets go through them. You can see them a lot of times through your scope, but even having a spotting scope, works. The Bearded Air Gunner says, I tend to shoot a lot of cans and swinging plates. Yes. And you'll see, I actually do shoot swingers as well. Steel plates are a load of fun to shoot and, economically great. Backyard Sniper, what's going on? So this is another target that I shoot a lot. And then something else that I shoot that you guys are probably familiar with is the RX Target Systems. Okay, so this is a system made by my buddy Dave at RX Target Systems, and when you shoot one of these, the plate falls backwards. And so, you know, the object is to make it through the hole, knock the plate down, you do it all the way across, and then it's got a cool little string that comes with it and a reset, and you can pull them all back up. Now, I do mount these to 2x4s sticking off the bottom like this, so that way when I pull on my string, it doesn't flip the target over. So, you know, it's got holes drilled into it down here, and I just sink lag bolts right into the 2x4. And, you know, I've actually got one that sits outside pretty much all the time, and I shoot at that one a lot. The cool thing about the RX Target Systems is that they sell different face plates. So, like, here's a perfect example of like what I would use for practicing HFT. You know, you've got these smaller holes, and let me tell you, that's a great equalizer right there, right? That's a great equalizer. This one's a great equalizer. You know, it's pretty easy to hit that big one. It's pretty easy. It's getting a little more challenging. You get down to here, you're going to learn what accuracy really is to send a pellet right through that hole. Yes, you can do it. Yep, you can. It's not that difficult to do. But awesome that Dave at RX Target Systems has these multiple plates. Let's see. So I do also shoot gongs, you know, like 5-6 inch gongs, and you know, works out pretty well. And that's cool. But one of my favorites by all time, or of all time, are made by my good buddy George at Whole Targets. And if you guys have not shot Whole Targets, you guys really need to take a look at this, and especially if you're into squirrels and birds and bunnies, because these things are awesome. If you guys have never shot a whole target, basically this and lots more, and I'll show you guys all the different stuff that he does, are George's Whole Targets. These are made with, like, I don't know, it looks like bird seed. He could probably tell you even better. Some kind of, you know, the point is they're edible for wildlife. So these things are awesome and great equalizers, because, yep, at 25 yards, these aren't that bad. Kind of, you know, easier to shoot. But you put these little suckers out at 50 yards and better, especially these little guys, right? These are the little guys. I think these ones are called the big guys, and then there's one that's called the cowboy. And George, I'm sorry if I just, like, totally killed that. But these things are a riot because, there you go, animal feed with food safe binder. So you shoot these things, and believe me when I say they explode. If you guys have not seen my video on Whole Targets, check it out. You can see I actually talked to George during that. We have a bunch of shooting going on, and we shoot these things. I've shot these with just about every gun that I have other than my 457 Texan. But the cool thing is, and George is so awesome, he actually heard my son talking about dinosaurs, or me talking about my son and dinosaurs. So he actually makes dinosaur ones as well. And so these are really cool. And I'm saving a lot of these for Jackson when he starts shooting, because this is great target practice for my son, right? But as I was saying, the best part is you actually shoot these out in your backyard, and it spreads the ground with animal feed. So now you've got a yard full of not paper waste and not aluminum cans that are laced all over the place. But you have animal feed on the ground. So day one, shoot a bunch of these. Day two, come back and get those chipmunks, those squirrels, those birds, those raccoons, those possums, those everything, anything that you want to shoot, because they're going to be drawn to the smell of these, and really give you a great, you know. I mean, personally, listen, I've always said since the beginning, shoot the target that feeds your target, and you know, and this is where it's at. So you can check these guys out at wholetargets.com. George is actually in the YouTube right now. So if you guys have any questions about these, you can actually ask him. He's got little Tyrannosaurus Rexes. Like I say, he's got little guys. I think these are the big guys. He didn't correct me, so I'm guessing that's right. And I don't have any of the cowboys left. The cowboys are a little bit bigger. But it does. It absolutely does, Joe. It actually brings in more targets. So, you know, completely safe. I've never eaten one, and the bags actually say right on them that it's not for human consumption. I mean, I'm not saying that you would die, but please don't go out and eat these. You know, that's just not good. Rob says, my 13-year-old cousin came out the other day, and she was hitting my 4-inch gong at 100 every shot with my 22 impact. Bang! Nice. Nice. So, backyard sniper, that's entrapment. It is. But it's legal entrapment, so fork them. But once again, whole targets, man. Listen, seriously. It's got little stegosauruses. I got a bunch of these little guys. And let me tell you, man, these things are so much fun to shoot. Dogs have eaten them. Right, yeah. So, I mean, you know, it's not going to, listen, don't eat them yourself, but it's not going to hurt your animals. It's just animal feed. And just too much fiber for people. Probably so. But, man, you see these things explode. I mean, seriously, it's wow. And the cool thing is that with some of these, you get a headshot or a hand shot or a leg shot, and it'll just blow that off, and this little target will go flying. But when you go back down to reset it, you'll find like that much of your target left. And so you just prop it back up, shoot it again. Backyard sniper, at least it's not a Tide Pod. That's a fact, brother. That is a fact. So, you know, it's a really cool, you know, a lot of the stuff that I shoot, especially with the RX target systems and the Shooter 7, I have the Shooter 7 Know Your Limits target, you know, or even gongs. Those are great to use because they're so repeatable. You can just go out and just keep shooting and shooting and shooting. Take a can of rattle can out with you, spray it again, shoot it again. And, you know, same with the RX target systems. You know, when you wear the paint off, you just grab another can of spray paint, give it a quick coat, go right back to shooting. And, you know, it's just really an economical way. You know, with the exception, like I said, of like my 50-yard targets and then my sighters, right? I mean, shooting the sighters or, you know, and splatter bursts, they are not expensive, guys. I mean, seriously, you get like 50 of them for like, I think like even my big ones for 50 of them, I think they're like, I want to say they're like $30. And, you know, it is what it is. Guy on Facebook says he puts paintballs next to his squirrel feed and shoots those to splatter paint on the squirrels. Huh. Yeah, I don't know if I would do that, but whatever. I mean, paintballs are fun to shoot too. You know, shoot a paintball at 100 yards. That's all right too. Joe Nolan, my 2 pit bulls like them. Right, there you go. So, you know, and actually, you know, George, I don't know if you want to, you know, if there's like, you know, some kind of discount code you could throw out to, you know, to any of our, you know, viewers that, you know, maybe you can give them 5% off or something. I don't know. Just saying, I'm not talking to George on the phone. I'm talking to George through here. So I don't know if maybe you want to throw up in chat, a discount code or your website. Well, actually, I can put up the website because I don't think that you can. I think I have to. There you guys go. So there's George's website, wholetargets.com. And you guys can head over there and, pick some of these targets up. And they are an absolute riot, especially if you guys are squirrel. Man, the squirrels love these things. Like, I mean, I get squirrels all over my yard. I don't shoot my squirrels personally. I keep, as a matter of fact, I feed my squirrels. We don't shoot our bunnies either. And I'm telling you guys right now, I've probably got 25 squirrels that are out in all of our trees around my yard and my neighbor's yard. And we've probably got 10 to 15 bunny rabbits that every morning are out in my backyard running all over the place. But honestly, the only thing I shoot on my own property is woodchucks and raccoons. Trash pandas. They love to get into my damn garbage. But outside of that, I don't shoot any of my own squirrels. So we always figured someday we might need them. Yes, we live on a lake, so yes, I can fish as well. But it's just the nice to know that they're available if I ever need them. So what are some of the other things that you guys shoot at? I love to shoot like army men. You go to the dollar store and buy army men, freaking riot to shoot. Rasul, we will. You too, buddy. And so I shoot those lifesavers. Shoot, I don't know. I mean, I try to shoot at all kinds of stuff. Like at Easter, it's the best time ever, man. You buy the little chocolate bunnies, you blast through those things. Or you go to I love buying targets at the dollar store. You can buy cans of silly string, little cans of silly string for $1. Those things make great little targets. Shoot, I don't even know, man. I mean, you name it. Like even like little bottles like these hold my diabetes testing strips, and these things are a riot to shoot. Backyard Sniper says, shoot a machete. I'm guessing you mean to split the bullet itself. That's a great idea. Joe Nolan says Tic Tacs. Tic Tacs, that's a good idea. Backyard Sniper says, I actually made the shot that I was talking about. Did you post it out on Airgun targets and hunting systems? So listen, I still shoot cans. I love shooting cans with like my Red Ryder or my 1377 or 1322, any of my CO2 stuff. Old vape juice bottles. There you go. I mean, recycle that shit, right? You're going to throw it away anyway. You might as well use it for something. I really like the hanging targets, like hanging bottle caps is a riot. Skinny Mitch is in the house. What's going on? I really do enjoy taking some fishing string and hanging bottle caps, and just plinking those. Posted on Airguns Michigan too. Sweet. I probably approved your post and then didn't even look at it yet. Oh, my wife messaged me. She's probably telling me my son decided this morning to go to bed at about 2 a.m. He's 4.5. And there you go, the Beard Airgun. receipt paper roll centers. Yep. And then woke up this morning at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and decided to stay awake. And S'more and me done that soda pop challenge, and I don't think they went on. What up, Airgunners? Says Mike. Mike's backyard. What's up, Mike? That'll be my next step, to hit a blade on a pendulum. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, dude, anything to, like, just to push yourself, right? I like to shoot mosquitoes at 100 yards, says Peter. Yeah, I do too, on accident once in a while. You know, I'm pretty sure if there was a swarm of mosquitoes at 100 yards, I could miss them with a 30 cal. The bearded air gunner, my wife's flawed jewelry resin pieces. My wife makes that shit too, dude. So I definitely understand. And those are freaking a riot to hit. I did shoot a piece of epoxy that my wife had made into something that got messed up, and I knew she was throwing it away, and I actually shot one, and that thing will explode. Yeah, exactly. Skinny Mitch, that's exactly what I was saying earlier, man. I love shopping at the dollar store for targets. Man, any time of year, Halloween, Easter, Christmas, you get all those different little candies out there, man. Little gold coins. You get a bag of like 100 for like $1, and just tear them up. I mean, and not only that, but I mean, dude, man, there's so much stuff there. As a matter of fact, I got a really cool little video that I'm going to be putting out, and you guys are going to see some dollar store action stuff coming out on that. You guys are going to get a kick out of it. My favorite is shooting through a 1/2-inch PVC pipe bent at an angle with a soda can on top, so you know you made it in the tube. Right. There you go. There you go. That's a great idea, Skinny Mitch. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many things. Like I remember as a kid, right? Like, and actually, my poor Sheridan Blue Streak, I got the rebuild kit, I got the tools, and man, my valve is stuck. So I did email Northwest Airguns to ask them about helping me out with that. I might actually have to send it in to have somebody professionally remove my valve, and I'm really bummed out. I thought I was going to have a riot, and it was going to be a piece of cake, and everything else came apart perfect, but that valve is done. It is not coming out for me, and I don't want to screw it up so bad that I can't get it ever out. So I've decided to reach out to the professionals and see if they can't do it for me. Mike's Backyard says, I'm a paper hunter, but have a lot of small game running around everywhere in my backyard. Yeah. And one thing for me, man, is that, another reason that I don't shoot my own squirrels. And listen, man, this is America. You can do whatever you want to do. But I'm not the kind of guy that's just going to go shoot a squirrel and then let it rot, or shoot a squirrel and then throw it away, because to me, that's wasteful. If you're going to shoot a squirrel or a bunny, or, with the exception of some birds, you should be eating that thing. And if you're not, you should have somebody that you know that will eat that thing. I can't tell you how many people I know that will go out and just blast a squirrel, just to blast a squirrel, and then they throw them away. And it's like, what was the point in doing that? I mean, what is the point in just killing something just to kill it? If you're not going to utilize it, or somebody else isn't going to utilize it, in my views, poor form. But like I said, I've got friends that eat squirrels, and my wife just doesn't want anything to do with it in our house or anywhere else. So even during hunting season, I have people that are already lined up that I say, hey, look, I'm going out squirrel hunting, man. I might get 5, I might get 10, I might not get any. But if I get whatever, do you want them, and are you going to eat them? And they will tear them up. They make big pots of squirrel stew, rabbit stew. I'm a deer eater. My wife is too, but She just doesn't want anything to do with bunnies and squirrels being cooked at our house. So, you know, exactly, Joe. Right. You know, I mean, and I like eating it too, but like I said, it is what it is, man. Backyard Sniper. Dude, I wish I could show you the picture. Just yesterday, I got a 3x4 sheet of plywood and a 4x8 sheet with a small chunk cut out, plus a bunch of 2-foot. Oh, hold on a second. Moved. Plus a bunch of, where'd you go? You're down here. 2x6 boards and a church dumpster. Nice. My glove. The gloves come off when I start eating my garden. I do have 2 rabbits in the freezer that I harvested with a slingshot. There you go. Yeah, listen, I mean, dude, honestly, listen, our bunnies eat in our garden, and my wife and I, we chuckle about it. They will eat our strawberries. Like, they ate my strawberries so bad last year that I didn't even get a single strawberry. As soon as they ripen up, man, we got a bunch of murder bunnies running around with strawberry all over their face. Joe Nolan says groundhog makes a good stew. Right on. Right on. Yeah. But yeah, you know, I mean, like I said, you know, I mean, if you're gonna kill something, eat it. Or I mean, no, I mean, if it's a starling, I don't expect anybody to eat starlings, and they're destructive birds. But you know, like I said, even a dove, like that's good eating, man. Breast those little suckers out. Oh, if my wife was in here, she'd tell you stories. The funny thing is, when they go and eat the peppers, and you'll see like a bite missing out of a pepper, one bite, because that's all it takes. That little bunny's mouths are on fire, man. They're fucking done, man. Then they never touch the peppers again. Yeah, exactly, Backyard Sniper. Point is, you can find tons of stuff to shoot at and build with for little or no money, and that's absolutely true. There is all kinds of stuff out there. You know, I mean, my neighbors have a bunch of railroad ties down at the end of the road and 6x6s. And I actually thought about taking my chainsaw down there and cutting myself a nice backstop. Dove wrapped in bacon, man. You ain't lying, man. Or even like I like taking like jalapenos and cutting them in half, big jalapenos, cutting them in half, and do the dove in the jalapeno with some cream cheese and then wrap that in bacon. Ooh, son. Joe Nolan, I have 9 mourning doves here right now feeding. Hells yeah, man. Hells yeah. Yeah, exactly. With the exception of pesting, right? You know, because pesting is a different situation, right? You're usually going to somebody's property to help them maintain. And, you know, generally, like out here, we're like, I might get a couple of doves at a pesting location. But the majority of the stuff that we would take care of for a customer or, you know, for somebody that allows us to pest is not really something that's, number one, it's not really edible. And number two, they're so small that good luck getting any meat off of them. I mean, you'd have to like deep fry them in like pancake batter to freaking, ugh. Yeah, exactly. It's fun because you go down the road and you're like, ooh, I can do this with that. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, part of my backstop right now is an old water over road sign. My neighbors had it, and when I was putting together my my backstop, I asked them. I said, hey man, you guys got any sheet metal or some, you know, well, you got any steel? And they were like, nope, we got this old freaking water over the road sign. And I was like, really? I'm like, all right. I mean, it'll stop. You know, I mean, I have other stuff in front of it, but as a backup plan, it does a great job. Nothing's ever made it through. The Bearded Air Gunner, not many farms in the city. That's a fact. What city are you in, Bearded Air Gunner? But there's definitely, you know, like I said, there's a ton of stuff that you guys can shoot at. You know, once again, you know, like these whole targets, like I'm telling you right now, that is awesome to shoot at. Guys, can't talk highly enough about George. Not only is he a veteran, but these are all made right here in Michigan, and seriously, great deal. I'm running out of steam. If anyone wants anything from Whole Targets, type in Airgun or AOM for Airguns of Michigan for a 20% discount. Guys, that's the biggest discount that I've ever seen George offer anybody. 20% off your order entering AOM, Airguns of Michigan, at Whole Targets, man. That's a great, George, thank you so much, man. I definitely appreciate it. And I'm going to post that out on my Facebook and Instagram as well. Hopefully you don't mind. Airguns and Air Pesting. Hey, man, appreciate it, buddy. Go and PM me, Moose. I have a request. No problem, buddy. PM me away. 3 layers of plywood. My Armada is still shooting through it with Barracudas. I need to add metal to my backstop. Yep. And I'm going to tell you, like one thing that I do, backyard sniper, is I build generally like some kind of box, right, that I can actually stick something into. And one thing that I found that's very effective, guys, is old closed boxes. All right. So if you don't know what those are and you've never shot at one, there's a lot of videos out on how to make them. There's guys that use rubber mulch. That works really well. But what I do is I take a box that's, pretty good size, deep and tall and wide. And I'll take like old blankets, old towels, old pairs of jeans, old t-shirts, just the stuff that like you wouldn't even want to donate it to Salvation Army because it's so old, right? And you pack that stuff, those clothes and those blankets, you fold them up, make them so they fit, and you pack them into that box. I mean, I'm talking pack them in tight, like stand on them tight, get them in there as tight as you possibly can, wrestle that box top shut, and then duct tape the shit out of it. And that makes a great backstop. I've shot 35 cal at that. And I'm not saying that eventually it won't work its way through, because it will. But if you're shooting like 177, 22, 25, and you're shooting at like 25 yards or better, it'll hold up. It really will. And then if you put like a bunch of like blocks behind it or something, so that if you do blow a hole through it and you can hear the pellet hit something behind it, then that you got to repack the box. But the other cool thing about it, guys, is it works as a pellet trap. So your pellets go in there, they get stuck up in the clothing and stuff. And when you go to take that thing apart, you can literally shake all your lead into a 5-gallon bucket. Now you've got lead that you can melt down, you can pour your own slugs, you can, do whatever, but it's all pellet grade lead. So that's personally a lot of what I do. And then what I do is, like I said, behind that is I put like a whole bunch of additional backing so that, if you shoot at one, Joe Nolan, that's a great idea too. The skill saw blade. If you keep punching at the same hole in that box, eventually you will wear a hole straight through. But once again, backyard sniper, man, dude, you can get pellet or slug molds, Amazon, eBay has a lot of them. But that's why I use a lot of targets like this on that box, because I'm not just shooting at one hole, right? I'm shooting at multiple holes. So it's spreading out my shot count. And I can usually get, if I'm shooting really heavy at it and I'm only shooting 177 or 22, I can usually go for about a month before I start noticing some pellets coming through the backside. If you shoot the higher calibers, you might only last you a week. But the key is my phone is leaning against a pitcher of lead from mine. I'm also welding up a trap right now while listening. Mike Love, awesome. As a matter of fact, little bit of an insight. There's a guy I know that's getting ready to release steel pellet traps. And I'm talking steel pellet traps, stuff that you guys will definitely want to check out. And I will have one. I will make sure that you guys get to see it, and you guys will know where to order it from. And might even be able to get a discount code too. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll have to ask him. But exactly, right? I mean, recycling lead is great, even if it's not posting my comments, Moose. I just read that, so I'm not sure what you mean. Are you talking about an Airguns, Michigan? I don't have anything pending on Airguns, Michigan. But yeah, awesome way to do it. Like I said, they also make those rubber mulch, or you can buy the rubber mulch. And I actually thought about doing that too. I used a great big comforter in my clothes box, and just like I mean, I'm telling you, you gotta pack it in like tight. Backyard Sniper, did you swear? Yeah, that's true. It may not post if you made a cuss comment or anything negative, but that's another great thing to do. I do like the circular saw blades. Those make great hanging targets. You know, I've seen guys that have you know, shot at, you know, like just all kinds of stuff, man. I mean, Bearded Air Gunner, City of St. Louis. Joyce, I said the City of St. Louis, misery. Yeah, that's why it didn't post. But we get you. We get you. But yeah, what else do you guys shoot at, man? I want to know too, right? Because I'm interested in, you know, in that kind of stuff. The blades can take the hits, absolutely, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I even thought about trying to find some of those bigger old saw blades, because, you know, you could buy one of those and then just put a piece of steel where the center hole is, and you know, you can use that as, you know, a backup backstop. I generally around here, I don't like shooting at steel around here just because of the noise that it makes. You know, I am on a lake, so every noise that I make, including like the of my gun, sometimes will echo across the lake. And you know, not that anybody is calling the cops, because they don't. But you know, it's annoying, and I try to be the nice neighbor, and you know, do whatever. But now that it's summertime, you know, I spend a lot of time at the range anyway, and it works good. Old oil pans can take a beating. Tool steel and aluminum. Yeah, aluminum will, like thick aluminum will take a licking and keep on ticking. Another thing that you guys can do, and I'll show you guys what else I do, because this stuff works really great. So you can buy these big blocks of modeling clay on Amazon. They're just, you know, they're just big blocks of modeling clay. Well, if you take these and this one will come apart, and stick them side by side, and then press them to like a steel background, these things will absorb a lot of pellets, guys, a lot of pellets. And if this stuff's really cheap to buy on Amazon, I think that for like both these blocks, I think I paid, I don't even know, but it wasn't that expensive. I mean, it was like under 20 bucks for sure. And exactly, and you get less vibration and less sound, so it really deadens it. Like, you don't even hear it hit the target anymore. And what I basically do is, well, what my plan is is to have a piece of steel with that stuff all stuck on it at an angle, right? You definitely want an angle. So when the pellet comes in, if it hits that steel, it's not flat thud against the steel. It'll ride down. But then in front of that, you can actually put like your cardboard with, you know, your target on it. So you're shooting through the cardboard, through the target, into the clay, and it just does a great job at absorbing the pellets. The downfall about doing that is you kind of lose your lead, because nobody's going to sit there and keep picking away at clay to get little itty bitty pieces of lead out. But it does work, and it works quite well, to be honest with you guys. We're an Airgun. I use clay for ballistics testing. The stuff is stout. It is stout, and I do as well, man. I'll tell you what. As a matter of fact, this piece, you can actually see where the pellet came to a rest, right there, and that was one that I did that with myself. But stuff's cheap enough, and I mean, you know, you figure you spend, you know, maybe $50, and you got a nice 18 by 18 area that, you know, you can shoot pellets into all day long. Especially if you're shooting in your basement or in your house, you know, or even out, you know, 25 yards, whatever. Just a great pellet catcher. So tomorrow, or potentially Wednesday, I posted a quick video on my page with 35. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to take a look at that. I will be heading up to High Pressure Pneumatics. I'm going to be helping Tom out, getting more stuff onto myhighpressureair.com. So I don't know if you guys shop at High Pressure Pneumatics, but I highly recommend that you check out High Pressure Pneumatics. It's right there. You guys can see it. It's right there. He's got tons of guns in stock. He's got great deals on all kinds of stuff. And as I said, I'm going to be working with him to help him keep his website updated. He has a full-time job as well as running High Pressure Pneumatics. So it's taxing him a little bit, trying to stay in kind of contact, I guess you could say, with keeping his website up to date. But, you know, if you guys are interested in pellets or slugs or, you know, guns or tanks or compressors or whatever, he's got it. He's got a huge, like, inventory, in my opinion. He's got a lot of guns, no waiting. It's either there or it's not. You can always call him too and ask him if he's got one. If you're looking for a specific gun, you know, the problem with some of these other shops is you get guys that go in there and, you know, they just assume that this shop is the only place to buy them, or the top 4 shops are the only place to buy them, and you pre-order a gun. Well, you're on a waiting list with, you know, 20 to a couple hundred people in front of you. So, you know, it breaks my heart when I hear people talking about, man, I've been on a waiting list for a Maverick, and, you know, and I haven't been able to see one. And I've seen them come and go. I've seen them sit on the shelf at High Pressure Pneumatics since December. And I try to bring it to you guys and tell you guys that, you know, stop pre-ordering these guns. Call Tom, High Pressure Pneumatics, tell him what you need, and watch him get it. And you'll have it right quick, in a hurry, no questions, no problems, and you'll love it. He can get Daystate, Brocock, Air Arms, BSA, FX, obviously, Hotson stuff. He can get Umarek stuff. He can get Benjamin stuff. He can get Crossman stuff. You name it, he can get it. Give him a call. He can get your repair kits. He can get, you know, any tanks you guys might be interested in, any accessories you guys might be interested in. He's got, oh, what did he just get in? I mean, dude, he's just got a ton of stuff. So I heard the side shot. It says backyard sniper. I'm so excited. Me too. I love side shots. And I actually thought about buying an Eagle Vision just to try it out. Just to try it out. That's it. Joe Nolan says, when I ordered pellets. Yep. Like a lot of places are out of pellets, and sometimes you just got to pick up the phone and call Tom at High Pressure Pneumatics and watch him go, yeah, I got those. Yep, I'll sell them to you. So, but yeah, just definitely, you guys keep it, interesting. Compressor is working now, so I will be posting way more on YouTube. Awesome. That's good to hear, Bearded Air Hunter. So are you still waiting? So all right. So you had a bum deal with the Young Hang, right? I don't know what side shot is. Thinking of the bundle GoPro deal, even with shipping, it's cheaper to buy each piece separate. Yes. But okay. Let me go grab my side shot. Well, yeah, because my phone one's right here. Let me go buy that. I'm going to explain to you the difference when you pay that big money. Sorry, it was over on the other side of the basement on my workbench. So, when you buy just the GoPro mount for the side shot, come on, yeah, there, yeah, mule. This is what you get. You get an empty case with the side shot attachment, ready to go onto your gun. You buy the mount for whatever millimeter your scope is, 31 inch or 34. Then you can buy a GoPro Hero 5, 6, or 7 black. I definitely recommend the black. And actually, I think you have to have the black because of taking the lens out. Then you can buy yourself the lens, and it simply slides in. If you buy the GoPro kit from Side Shop, the one that comes with the GoPro, you get a GoPro that has been upgraded with a full aluminum face on it and an amazing camera lens hookup on it, okay? So that's the difference. You're not going to have just a GoPro that you put a lens in. You get an aluminum face-plated GoPro that you can literally hook big DSLR lenses to. I don't personally see the point in doing that because I only need a GoPro to go in this. I don't care about the added lenses. You will need to get like a good Eagle Vision lens. I definitely recommend buying the 8th lens. Hashimoto sells them. It's the easiest way to get them because you're not ordering from Eagle Vision directly over in the UK. You can buy them through Eagle Vision. I just don't know how long it's going to take to ship. Hashimoto generally has them in stock, and I mean, I had mine in like 3 days, 4 days. But yeah, and then I bought my GoPro on Amazon. I actually bought mine as an open box or a refurb. So I think I got it for like $180. So, you know, the mount itself costs a little bit of money, but overall, great way. If you guys are interested in the phone mount one, the phone mount one works really well as well. But I do like GoPro, the mount. Yep, the mount is $280. The lens, you can buy the cheaper lens for under $50. I spent $95 on mine because I bought the one that transmits more light. just not only at the recommendation of Hashimoto, but at the recommendation of other people on YouTube that have tried both lenses. Having that more light gathering lens definitely makes a difference, and I've seen the differences in stuff. Yeah, I sent it back. It was destroyed. Yeah, I saw the box, dude. That was terrible. So, but I'm glad to hear that you're not gonna throw in the towel when it comes to buying one. No, it doesn't have. I don't think it has an IR filter. It might. I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, if you go out and look on Hashimoto's website, or even Eagle Vision, if you just go to Eagle Vision and look up the lenses, they make two. They make one that's I think it's like $39 or $43, something like that. I can't remember. And then they sell another one that's like $90. Well, 90 pounds. So Hashimoto's prices are just converted to dollars. But you can actually read all about them in there and what they do. Like I said, after doing all the research that I did, I almost bought the cheaper lens too, because I was like, come on, man, it can't be bad if they're selling it. But after seeing a few of the differences in the lenses and then talking with Hashimoto, it was very clear to me that buying that lens is the right one. So yeah, Backyard Sniper, and like I said, buying from Hashimoto, you're still buying Eagle Vision lenses. So if you want to do business with somebody here in the U.S., you're still getting an Eagle Vision lens. It's no different. It's just he pre-orders them and has them all shipped in, then he sells them to us. So no, way too many people from all over the world have talked that system up for me not to get one. Exactly. Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, I love my young hang, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to buy an Elkin. I do. I just want one because I don't know why, but because I do, and I'll still have a young hang, but I want an Elkin. So anyway, anybody else think of anything else that they shoot at that is fun to do and makes a load of awesomeness? Yeah, and keep in mind too, the cool thing about the side shot, while I'm waiting if anybody has anything to add to our targets, is you can buy additional mounts for your other guns. So if you have more than one gun, it's a great way just to swap from gun to gun to gun to gun. So it's definitely a cool way to be able to record any of your guns. No problem, Backyard Sniper. And actually, I've been talking with him, and I believe that is where he ordered it from. Same, yeah, I mean, I've never had any problem, but my kid's slime. Ooh, that would make a cool mess, wouldn't it? That's kind of awesome. I never thought about shooting slime. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. One thing that I've always liked, and I've shot them before, I just don't own any, is those blast caps. Where you screw them onto a 20-ounce, fill it full of air, and boom. But I do want to try tannerite too. Our local fireworks store does get it in right around 4th of July. And, yeah. Backyard Sniper. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that, what is it, Air Venturi makes one? Is it Air Venturi or is it, That was Air Venturi. I don't know. But there is one that Pyramid sells, and you can get it on Amazon too. And it's all right. I kind of dig it. Rob says you will love Tannerite. Yeah. Yeah, we do a pretty good fireworks show every year at our house. I usually go out and buy a bunch of mortars and a bunch of cakes, and we let them off. And all the kids sit on the hill. It's been a good year. We had a couple of years where, dude, we let off some big shows. I mean, big. Like people from all over the lake were like, dude, you guys rocked it out. And we were like, yeah. And we had people giving us money. Like, dude, here's $50. Dude, that was awesome, man. Thanks. Like, okay. But yeah, Tannerite. I'm looking forward to it this year. I want to get a bunch. Scare the living shit out of people. That Sniper says mine was $289, the cheaper one, but that's why it didn't come with the accessories. Parts are easily available. That's for sure. Backyard Sniper, we have not been to the Bay City fireworks. We've done the ones out in East China. That's a good fireworks show right on Lake Huron there. But the best fireworks show that we've ever been to was probably we stayed in Mackinac City one year, and you could watch the Mackinac City fireworks, the Mackinac Island fireworks, and the St. Ignace fireworks all at the same time. That was pretty cool. We were right on Lake Huron, sitting on the beach, watching the fireworks throughout the whole sky. It was awesome. That was a really, really, really good show. Yeah, Mike's backyard. I try to keep my shooting sessions quiet. Blast caps. Woo! Cops are coming. That is a fact. Yeah, and that's what I try to do. Like I said, I mean, I have a good time shooting my stuff. Um, yeah, we camped that year at the RV. Yep, in the RV. Yeah. But yeah, I try to keep it quiet too around here. I mean, Fourth of July is one thing, to shoot some tannerite. That's just a good time, especially if you set up a couple of things and you have everybody try to take shots at it. That's just a good time. But yeah, I don't want to piss the neighbors off and make anybody mad or have the cops show up at my house. Backyard Sniper, I miss camping. So do we, man. We've actually talked about it, and we keep thinking about buying like an RV or something that we can go out and camp with, especially with our 4-year-old. Yep, exactly, because we can take an RV and take the dogs with us. And you can buy like our neighbors have, like, they got given a motorhome, like a smaller one, but I mean still good size. I mean easily enough for both of them and their 2 kids. And all right, take care, Bearded Air Gunner. Appreciate you stopping by, man. We'll see you later on. But you can get those things for cheap, a couple $1,000s. They're old, but so what? Do a little bit of work on them, get them running good, and shit, half of them only got 20, 30,000 miles on them, and it ain't a good time unless the cops show up. True story, Rob. Me and Andrew are always joking about getting kicked out of our Mac, and but no, we that's right. My wife says she knows how to sew. That's a fact. So, but yeah, you throw the dogs in there and the kid in the back, and give them a friggin' iPad and go camp, man. Bring your grill and some coolers full of food, and just have a good time, man. Get out and enjoy, being out and about and enjoying your life. Great. Now my wife's going to want me to start really looking at RVs. But yeah, it's always a good time. It's always a good time. So anyway, tomorrow night we'll be live again with Tom Holland. So it'll be Tuesdays with Tom. This Friday, I think I'm going to be joined by Tom from High Pressure Pneumatics, as well as You Will Learn Fire. No electronics in camping, unless you have a 4.5-year-old that demands it. And yeah, I don't want to hear him scream. But yeah, he likes to play outside. That's one thing about my son I can honestly say is, like, the electronics are cool to keep him occupied if he's, like, if it rains or something bad happens. But, you know, it's just one of those things. One night shot a raccoon when the fireworks were going off. Nobody heard anything. That's a true story. I won't incriminate myself, but we've done similar. Yeah, like I said, this Friday we should have Tom from High Pressure Pneumatics, as well as Wong will be joining us. So you guys will be able to ask Tom about, you know, we'll have him kind of tell us how he got into this and, you know, everything. Maybe tell us what he's got available. I need to reach back out to 68 Whiskey. I got to reach back out to Norm and find out what their schedule looks like, and got to figure out a few other people to bring along, and we're gonna get some more shows going. But till next time, it has been an hour and 7 minutes exactly. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live, and we will see you guys back here tomorrow night. I'm Moose. This is Airguns Michigan. I appreciate you guys joining in, and we will talk to you soon. Be good to each other.